Hi there, my name is Abby Stern and I'm the Events Director for the Customer Experience Exchange, a practitioner-led forum created specifically for VPs and Directors of Customer Experience, Customer Service, Sales and Marketing. In other words, those people responsible for developing, managing and improving their organization's customer experience strategies. Our third annual meeting takes place on the 15th to the 17th of November 2010 in Monte Carlo, Monaco, offering a range of keynote briefings, practical case studies, in-depth discussions, and one-to-one meetings with leading solution providers. It really is a truly unprecedented level of learning and networking opportunities for the customer experience community. Joining me here today is Ingrid Lindberg, the Customer Experience Officer for Cigna, one of the largest health service organizations in the world. Ingrid is going to be speaking at the event, and I am so delighted to be able to ask her a couple of questions beforehand to get a sneak preview into some of the outstanding work she's been doing. So Ingrid, welcome. Understanding that the healthcare industry is not exactly popular within American or any society, how have you gone about trying to change this at Cigna?
Such a great question. Going back to 2008 when I joined the company, we really laid out a path that started with winning the hearts and minds of our employee population. We did thousands of road shows and town halls, spent tons of time talking to the 26,000 employees of Cigna, really helping them to understand what our customers wanted and needed from us. And that was kind of step one for us. We really knew that it took every single person that was here to create that culture of customer where the customer would know they were the center of our universe. After we did that, we really started honing in on what we knew were the major dissatisfiers within healthcare, always going back to that trust equation. So we know that if we can remove those dissatisfiers, people will trust us more. If people trust us more, they'll allow us to help them more. So we started going after the things that we knew were issues for people in America. One of the first things that we found, which was fascinating to me, we learned that the language of our industry was the largest dissatisfier that we had from a customer perspective. People didn't understand what we were talking about. They thought that we were talking down to them. They thought that we were using words and terms that we'd made up so that they wouldn't be able to understand. And that was the first thing we had to tackle. So in 2008, we launched something that we refer to as the words we use. The words we use is the language of Cigna. As we studied the language, we learned that a lot of Americans didn't understand that the word provider was actually what we used to refer to their doctor. When they heard provider, they thought that we were talking about ourselves. How fantastic is that? So simply by saying, please call your doctor instead of please call your provider, we were able to remove huge barriers for people in understanding how to use their benefits. We've taken the learnings around the language and we've rolled that out across all of our customer service representatives. We've rewritten hundreds and thousands of pieces of collateral, websites, interactive voice response units, a ton of work around the language of Cigna. We also learned early on that people needed to talk to us outside of Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. So one of the major things that we did that the award was for is that we decided that we were going to be available to our customer base 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're the only people in the industry that are doing that, and we rolled this out last year. We learned very rapidly that people need us outside of 8 to 5. People have emergencies in the middle of the night, and people actually want to be able to talk to us outside of being in their office. One of my favorite learnings was that people don't want to talk about cancer in cube land. They want to do it from the privacy of their home. So that's been a huge win for us, just being available to people. It all goes back to that you have to be easy and you have to be helpful if you want to earn people's trust. One of the major components of that is you have to be there when people need you. Another thing that we did was we actually took our explanation of benefits. Think of the explanation of benefits as the receipt you receive when you swipe your credit card. We took this piece of paper and we completely revamped it. We send out over 40 million of these a year. It is one of our highest touch points that we have with our customers. And the old explanation of benefit traditionally in this industry is really old and hard to read. It looks like it was done off of an old .NET printer. It's an 8-point font. The lines got blurry. It was full of horrible language and codes, and it was just completely non-understandable. So we sat down with a bunch of our customers and we asked them what they wanted this receipt to look like. And we used some adult learning standards. And we actually created this very easy to understand, read, and use piece that we are getting great feedback on from our customers. We answer, what do I owe? We answer, what did my plan pay? It's very clear what doctor visit it's in regards to. And then we kind of stole from the supermarket chains. That lovely little key fob that a lot of people carry around on their keychain in America, which when you scan all of your goods at the checkout counter allows you a 1 or 2% discount. And at the bottom of your receipt here, it will say, oh, you saved. So what we did was we added a piece to our explanation of benefit that now says, you saved. You stayed within a preferred network of our doctors, and that allowed you to save 98% or 22%. And that in and of itself has been one of the best things that we've done. We're allowing people to understand the value of their choices.
And of course, success doesn't come without a long journey littered with challenges, as we all know. What are the major obstacles you've had to overcome on this journey, Ingrid, and what are the key lessons you picked up along the way?
Persistency is key. This has been a heck of a journey. It's fantastic to study what we've done in the last 2 years because it's been such a significant change from the perspective of what our customers are seeing us do. And I think it's been such a significant change for our employee population as well. So if you had walked the halls of Cigna 2 years ago, you would never hear anybody talking about our customer. You would have heard people talking about members and claimants and participants. Now we talk about individuals. We call people by their name. And I think what's fascinating to me specifically when you really look at what we've done, the challenges have been around convincing people, not that it's the right thing to do, but that they can actually make a difference.
Now, Ingrid, you certainly achieved a great amount during your time at Cigna, but when I invited you to speak at the Customer Experience Exchange, one of the reasons you were keen to be there was to learn. So in terms of what you still want to improve within your role and your organization, what would you say are the main things you're looking forward to learning at the event in November?
I'm so excited about the opportunity to spend time with my peers internationally. For me, I have spent the majority of my time working in domestic relationships throughout my career. So I'm very excited to spend time with people who have much more international roles. As Cigna is moving towards being a much more global company, my role will expand, and my need to understand global relationships definitely needs to expand. So that's what I'm hoping to get from the conference.
And if you were to give one tip to someone just starting out in your role, what would that be?
Oh, I love that question because it's one of the ones that I have thought about long and hard as I've been doing this for the last 15 years. I think the line that I would give to everyone that you have to hold on to is in order to do this, you have to have the guts of a salmon and you have to have thick skin. You're always going to be swimming upstream and you have a lot of naysayers in the beginning. It's not personal. Just keep standing up for the customer, and at the end of the day, you'll have created a culture at a company where the customers really are king. And when that happens, it's all worth it. But remember to have the guts of a salmon.
Ingrid, thank you so much for your time, and it's been really great to hear about the work that you're doing. I cannot wait to hear more about it and to meet you properly at the event. For further details on what Ingrid will be covering at the Customer Experience Exchange 2010, you can visit our website, which is www.customerexperienceexchange.com, or give us a call on 44 for the UK, 207 368 9484 to find out if you could qualify for an invitation to join us. Thank you very much.